to politics now. A clarion call has been made by leadership of the NDC to the rank and file of the party to champion the principles, ideals and success stories of the late former president in order to sustain his legendary status in Ghana's political history. Speaking at a public lecture organized by the party as part of programs leading up to the final burial ceremony of Ghana's longest-serving president, former President John Dramani Mahama, and the Speaker of Parliament, Alban Badbin, have called on intellectuals and close associates of Mr. Rawlings to uphold the principles of the late soldier and also document his history to prevent distortion. Latif Idris was there and has come through with the following report.
Alhaji Hudu Yaya recounted how himself and some student leaders joined the revolution by going to the nooks and crannies of the country to preach the words of the revolution back in the day.
June 4th was born. We were then students, final year students. We closed down the university ourselves, that we were going into the rural areas to preach revolution, even though we're writing our final year exams.
General Secretary of the Opposition NDC, Johnson Asiedun Ketia, says the current administration's posturing is gradually taking Ghana's democracy into abyss.
Levinsky spoke about other private sector institutions, and I want to believe he was referring to civil society organizations, faith-based organizations, and so on. He is saying that when you see all these institutions being bullied into silence, then that democracy is on the path to its death.
According to Speaker of Parliament Alban Badbin, Jerry John Rawlings has left at a time when Ghana is struggling with its democracy.
He exited at the time democracy is in crisis. It's not only in Ghana, but the whole world. And in fact, the supposed mother of democracy is also in crisis. So can we say that all he did, all he stood for, has come to nothing? It depends on how we gathered here carry on with the battle.
Former President John Dramani Mahama, on his part, has called on the close associates of the late former president to document his history in order to prevent what he describes as revisionism.
I dare say that with JJ's passing, the revisionists of our history will commence their work again to try and denigrate the history of his life and works. And that's why I say, unless those of us who knew him and worked with him document his life and works for posterity, the historians of the hunter will write that history.